welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Excuse me. Let's see. Found out a little bit about the whole Darby Allin thing. And I'm going to credit Don Tony for giving out this information because apparently he was able to see the accident report and whatnot. It kind of looks like he was clipped by a mirror on the side of one of the buses and not like getting hit head on or full on or anything. I think he might have said he hit a window or something of that nature, but it looks most logically like he actually was clipped by the mirror of the bus trying to get a friend to kind of get out of the way. So still, prayers and thoughts going out to Darby. Hopefully he recovers soon and fully. I like Darby despite sometimes questioning his judgment skills, but yeah, hopefully he gets well soon. The Crow film I've been talking about, not the remake, but the fan film, Days of Sodom, is still in the process of getting funded on their Indiegogo campaign, so hopefully everyone gets a chance to go out and check that out. I think there's less than 2 days left now, so please check that out. I'd really like to see that get off the ground and get going. It'd be interesting to see what they do with that. Let's see. We had Raw in Hartford. What a horrible crowd. I'm sorry. I was born and raised in Connecticut and Tennessean by choice kind of, but man, what a horrible crowd. I'm ashamed to say I was from there after seeing that. It was nice to watch the Excel Center. I've seen a lot of shows there. Seen a lot of concerts. Been there a lot of times. Seen a lot of hockey. A lot of sports, whatnot. Dating back to the old Whalers and the Wolfpack, and when I had season tickets to the the New England Seawolves, which was their arena football team. Previous to that, they had the Connecticut Coyotes there, and I was able to see a bunch of their games. I kind of enjoyed arena football. I liked having season tickets to something too. It was pretty darn cool, but it was fun to see the old Excel Center, which used to be known as the Hartford Civic Center. God-awful crowd, though. Horrible crowd. I mean, if you hear some whimpering in the background, my wife kind of got a new puppy as a present for Mother's Day, so please don't let that distract you, because God knows it's going to distract me, along with any other background noise that's usually occurring in spades when I do these shows, unfortunately. If anyone ever wonders why I don't use a condenser mic and I use a dynamic, that's why. Because you'd get to hear the chickens, the geese, the ducks, the Lord knows what else is out there. We had Judgment Day starting off the show, trying to sell some tension between the faction, kind of squash some of the rumors of what might be going on. I still think they might be breaking off some members or having something happen here because they have to do something to help out Damian Priest, because he's kind of looking like a weak champion right now, and that's too bad because I really like the guy and I love his matches. I really enjoy some of the things he does in the ring. Drew McIntyre was injured, so they came out to say that Finn had a bye, which was not the case. He ended up facing off against Jey Uso, and Jey advanced in the King of the Ring, beating Balor. After this, we end up getting another QR code. A lot of interesting things going on, because they kind of, online there's been a lot of speculation about who's going to be in this group with Bo Dallas coming back as Uncle Howdy. I almost said Captain Howdy like I've done a million times. In reference to the old Twisted Sister song. And the character that Dee Snider played in Strangeland. Another QR code clue. If you follow that through, has some interesting things to say. It kind of clue in who might be in the faction. a lot of the strong, I don't want to say suspects, that sounds kind of odd, candidates, let's say, online have been alluding to a Nikki Cross being one, obviously Bo, Eric Rowan being another, and let's see, how many is that so far? That's Bo, Cross, Nikki Cross, not Karrion Cross, or jeez, wow, my brain is not working today. Nikki Cross, Bo, and it's gonna come to me, trust me. But yeah, we've got but the 5 people were named, and it's now what's interesting was it was originally alluded to being the Wyatt 6, so that kind of means either another person has not been decided upon / named, or they're only going to go with 5, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have Eric Rowan as the big guy, and Bo's going to be kind of, that's who else. The from NXT. Jeez, wow, that's driving me nuts. I am terribly sorry. Probably everybody's screaming at at their phone, probably. But yeah, we have like I said, there's a lot of speculation going on. We had that little promo type thing. I know that a lot of people are saying Alexa Bliss is not going to be doing it. Braun Strowman is not going to be doing it. Joe Gacy was the NXT guy I was desperately trying to think of. And he is a heck of a talker. So I'm wondering if they're going to put him in that role, I should say. Because he, in NXT, has always been a great talker, and that's been his strong suit. Since kind of day one. And I'm just hoping they don't blow this. Like I said, Bliss and Strowman don't appear to be part of this. They're going to be giving them, I should say, singles runs and not involving them. I think that's probably a wise decision. I don't. And is Bliss pregnant? I can't even remember if she's been off the TV so long now that I'm not even sure what the heck was going on with her. But it's my computer tries to shut down. There we go. But then like I said, Joe Gacy, but that only leaves 5 people, which leads to a lot of speculation as to who will be the 6th. If there is a 6th individual. And the one thing, Kevin Castle from Wrestling Soup and Don Tony, Kevin Castle had a great point. They kind of have their big guys. They have their heaters. They really don't have, a mat technician or wrestler that can really go in that group. So there's a lot of speculation as far as who that could be if they're going to add a 6th member. I mean, so there's a lot of possibilities going on there, and my brain just went completely blank. I am so sorry. Wow. But we'll keep tabs on that. And actually, as the show goes along, I'll try to think of that fifth memory because that's driving me nuts now. But getting back to Raw, Punk arrived out of the Punk, I should say, got out of the WWE headquarters, and arrived at the Civic Center in an old school Camaro Z28, which I loved. I couldn't see the front of it. I couldn't exactly tell which year it was, but I love Camaros, so that was really cool to see. And it looks like he just missed Drew. I loved the references from Punk. I loved the referencing the Whalers and referencing Gordie Howe. I thought that was so awesome. Punk's obviously a huge NHL fan, and it shows. Really, really cool. I love that. Because I've been a Whalers fan for a very long time, and I love hearing that. That was great. Went to a lot of Whalers games growing up, and was a huge Whalers fan. Still am. Even though they technically, I guess they're Carolina Hurricanes now, but I still Whalers fan forever. We got to see. Let's see. We had Io Sky beat Natalia in the advance in the Queen of the Ring tournament. We had a commercial break with they were showing a little bit of a preview for the Amy Winehouse movie, Back to Black. This looks pretty good. What's with the recent explosion of musical biopics or biopics, however you want to say it, and but this one looks good. I wasn't so sure about the Bob Marley one, and we'll kind of see how that goes along, with time, but I'll have to eventually see that. I think it's on one of the streaming services now, and I can't even think of what the heck one it is, but we saw that, and we also saw after that Dragunov versus Ricochet, with Dragunov advancing against Ricochet. I'll say something about Dragunov. This dude's a definitely intense individual. I will give him that. A lot of fans are thinking Ricochet got buried. He is the current whatever they call it, the speed round champion or whatever. He did not appear with the belt, which a lot of people are saying that this whole situation is more or less a tournament where they're going to put the belt on somebody else each tournament, so it's not like a belt you carry around and defend. That's what a lot of people are saying. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the case, but it would explain why Ricochet was not carrying the belt. I feel like a complete idiot because I love this dude, and I've been hoping he comes back. Dexter Lumis was the other member of the fifth member of the whole Wyatt Six thing. That was fifth member of six, sure. That's being rumored to be in there, and I absolutely love that. I think Dexter Lumis is such an underrated talent, man. He has the ability to get over without saying a single word, and I think that is a phenomenal thing. And I loved his run in TNA, where he was doing the stalker role with who was it? But he in TNA he played that role absolutely beautifully, and has this quiet intensity that man, if he is part of this faction, he is going to be such a valuable asset. And when you follow the QR code to the website that leads to, they do talk about wrestlers being it kind of alludes to being underappreciated and now getting a second chance, which kind of fits the mold with these guys that have been mentioned. Nikki Cross getting some bad runs and getting a second chance. Same thing with Dexter Lumis, who's never ever fully utilized to his full capacity, because this guy is, I think, like I said, is awesome. He And Eric Rowan, same thing. I mean, Eric Rowan probably the least talented in the ring of those mentioned, but still that it makes sense. Now if you're looking, like I said, like a 6-member, one of the things, like I said, Kevin Castle had mentioned, kind of leads you to think that they might be looking for a guy who is an in-ring technician, and I think that would be fitting in this group because you got a lot of quietly intense heaters kind of thing with Rowan and Loomis, and Gacy will be the spokesman, but probably along with Bo as Uncle Howdy, and I kind of hope they bury that Uncle Howdy gimmick and have him come out as Bo. Because I think that gimmick is not going to fly, I don't think. I think it's just going to look silly. But if they can pick up, I'm wondering if they're going to pick up like an indie guy. Because in addition to the mat wrestling thing, I'm kind of reminded of what they did with the Shield. Where Seth Rollins was not just their mat wrestler guy. Because you had with the Shield, it was beautiful. You had the heater, which was Roman Reigns. You had Moxley, obviously, was the brilliant talker of the group, and then you had Seth Rollins, who was the in-ring performer and the high spot guy. So I'm wondering if they're, in addition to getting a ring technician, would it fit if they got like a real high spot guy, like a Jeff Hardy type, which kind of Rollins was when he came in. He was doing the stupid, crazy spots. Would they get a guy like that would go out there and kind of kill himself every week to get over? That's what I'm wondering, because the mat ring technician thing makes sense, but if you got these bunch of 6 crazy guys, you need somebody that's going to go out and limb and jump off of insane heights and whatnot, unless that's going to be Bo. Because he's done it. He did it with the Uncle Howdy character before, where he jumped off of real high structure. So, I mean, that's a possibility. Now let's get back to Raw. We got we had Zoe Stark advance over Ivy Now. Those are 2 underutilized women in the division. I like both of them. Zoe is still to this day having trouble getting over, and I think it's because of her packaging, how they kind of have her as this tough girl that kind of fits in with the guys, and I don't know if that's really going to get over. I like her just because she has a different look. Same thing with Ivy Niles. They both look like they could beat the crap out of somebody, and I like that. I like that rather than these Barbie doll kind of models that they stick on television every week that I'm supposed to believe can beat up somebody. But next we had an appearance by Dan Hurley, coach of the UConn men's basketball team, which was cool. I enjoyed that. We had our segment, after Carlito was revealed to be the one who took out Dragon Lee. I'm wondering, is he going to join the Judgment Day, or is there going to be some kind of break-off faction with them? I'm speculating that. I don't know. And of course, the next match we had no one winning, double disqualification, I believe, with Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable with interference from Sami Zayn, where he ended up attacking both individuals. So you had Lyra Valkyria advance over Dakota Kai. Some people have been commenting about Lyra's look. I actually like it. They need to give the fans a reason to like this girl, though, but I don't know if they're trying to do the babyface thing with when she came to the rescue of was it, who the heck did she come to the rescue of? But when she came to the rescue of Becky and came past and gave Liv the look, wondering, was that they're trying to build her up to be this babyface type thing, and give her a little bit of personality. I don't know. It's so far it's not working, even though I like her. The fans aren't getting into it, but it's hard to tell with this fan base in Hartford because it was so awful. Gunther advanced against Sheamus and the King of the Ring. And Dynamite, we had an interesting thing happen where they kind of had more promo time. They always kind of wanted to be the anti-WWE, but now they're kind of going the opposite direction. They had a lot more promo time. They had a good promo from Serena Deeb, which explained her absence and what she had been going through with seizures. I'm glad they did that. In the end, we had Swerve's backup turn on him, the mobile embassy or whatever they're calling it these days. So his buddies turned on him, so I don't know where they're going with this. Let's see. I'm going to kind of try to fly through this because we're running out of time very rapidly between my Showtime amnesia and this happens to me every time the camera starts rolling. So it's let's see. We had a few things. Nia Jax being Naomi to advance the Queen of the Ring. I'm not going to go through all of them. I mean, give kind of the highlights. Naomi, it looks like it's coming back just to be the person who builds up the talent coming in, and kind of glad to see Nia Jax advance in this. Carmelo Hayes being Baron Corbin. Is this setting up a feud in the future, I wonder? It's really, it's kind of good to see Baron Corbin. I haven't liked Baron Corbin since I liked his initial debut in NXT when they did, but at that point he was kind of just an intro. He had a really, really cool intro and came in and beat up guys in a very short period of time, but now we'll see where he goes with this now, and he's getting more positive response from the fans, so we'll see what happens here. I actually got to see Jade Cargill sell in her match against Piper Niven. She beat Piper Niven, but she's starting to actually sell, which is something I hadn't seen her do very well in the past, and that's going to be very important. We kind of saw her get tested a little bit in this match, and I like that. I like that, and working on her in-ring skills, putting her up against some big girls, and having her actually have some matches, which is really, really cool, and I like that a lot. So yeah, some good stuff coming out of that match. And after that, we had Bianca beat Candice LeRae to advance. Tama Tonga beats on Dawson to advance. Orton beating AJ Styles. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to fly through this. AJ is another one who, veteran talent that's going to be utilized to make other talent up and coming, whatnot, look better. And I'd still like to see AJ get another run at this. I really do. I think he deserves it. I'd like to see the belt on him one more time, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it is, it'd be beating somebody like a Damian Priest. And who would you have as the babyface in that? I'm thinking Damian Priest at this point, Well, that's kind of the wrestling world in breakneck speed kind of recap. Like I said, I wasn't about to go over all the matches. Some of the matches are occurring in dark matches at like house shows and whatnot, which is kind of weird. But I don't want to say dark matches because they actually count. They're canon within the WWE universe. But we won't be seeing some of those on live television. But and I don't even know who to predict to who's going to come out of this eventually, just because we're playing up to the Saudi crowd, which is where the King of the Ring is going to end up. So I don't know. It's sad, but they're going. Typically, historically, those matches have been decided by kind of the Saudis who they want as their winners. So I don't know where you go. It's almost like a break in the storyline, unfortunately, when they go do these events in Saudi. But we'll see. Other than that, once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to my babbling. and forgetfulness today. But finally, which is funny because I finally actually got some sleep last night for a change, but I think the last few nights are catching up to me. The wife and I went out to watch the Northern Lights here in Tennessee, so we got to see that, which was kind of cool, So, but unfortunately, anybody that knows me knows I gotta be up at 4 a.m. So, sleep deprivation's a wonderful thing, folks. Makes you forget everything on your podcast, along with the distracting noises that are going in the background. How in the heck I do this show sometimes amazes me. But check out, if you're in the Western Tennessee area, check out Then and Now in Trenton, downtown. My wife and I have some things we're selling there too. So check them out, Then and Now in Trenton, Tennessee. Check us out on crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out on Patreon, please. Just for $1 a month, you can help keep the lights on in here, and I'd really appreciate it. Notice we got one more light going. My wife was nice enough to finally give me back my extension cord, which is appreciated. So we got one more light going here. We can not look like we're completely in a dungeon. Check us out on anywhere you get podcasts from, pretty much, except for Apple. On Spotify, on YouTube, and don't forget to check out that Days of Sodom Crow fan film and contribute if you can. So, but other than that, God bless, and thank you for tuning in.